In a game that Detroit Lions fans surely have circled and Washington fans as well, in a collaboration that y'all been looking forward to, Washington's season has turned very somber, and Detroit's eyes are still on the prize of winning its first Super Bowl. Despite the vibes of this season for the Commanders, though, we still got a game to preview. So Rio Robinson, Woodward Heavyweights collaboration, Detroit at Washington. Let's get to it. Today's guest, my guy Easy from the Woodward Heavyweight Show from the Woodward Sports Network. How are you doing today, brother?
What up, though, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're midway through the season. Last time we spoke, our teams were meeting in drastically different fashion. We played a playoff game. A lot of things happened, and a lot of humble pie, emergency room, and bad things have happened to our team since. How are y'all faring on that side?
Hey, we had our fair share of humble pie since then, too. And emergency room visits as well. I mean, we were pretty banged up in that one, so it kind of sucks from this side, at least for me as a fan. I wanted to be the healthy Commanders team. I wanted to prove that we were the better team in that situation. It's a bad game, and unfortunately, of course, you guys are a little bit banged up. So I won't say you have excuses, but
yeah,
there's more reasons why you lost versus us as being a better team.
Absolutely, and I think most of us know that y'all were the better team, even on the day that we did beat y'all. But, on that fated day, we got hot. And yes, we took advantage of some injuries and stuff, but we got active on that day. But we are not those same Commanders right now, and we don't have our lead commander, Jaden Daniels. Season's been a nightmare. The season has been a nightmare, but we're going to talk about y'all. We're going to talk about the Detroit Lions side of things. You go from having the best season in franchise history to losing your offensive coordinator, who's one of the best in the business, your defensive coordinator, who is one of the best in the business and who is struggling his ass off in New York right now. How have things fared since then? And what were your when y'all were in the hiring process, what were you looking for to replace those guys?
It was, to be honest with you, as a franchise, at least in my lifetime, we had never really experienced that type of success before. As you said, it was the best record in franchise history. So I really had no answer to what we were looking for during the hiring process. It was just hopefully somebody within the organization. We thought Tanner Strand would be a part of that. He ended up leaving alongside Aaron Glenn, become the offensive coordinator of the Jets. Kind of just somebody with some familiarity with what was already working. And allegedly, that's what we got in Johnny Moe. It hasn't felt that way as of late. Some of the things that he said in the offseason, he likes a deep ball. He's shown that, and it's just not the way. It's not the way Jared Goff operates in terms of like being successful with Jared Goff. You say he's not really that type of guy to jump back there and just sling it like that. He's very timing and rhythm, middle of the field, and I feel like we've veered away from that a little bit. And I'm gonna keep it a buck too. Like Ben Johnson was brilliant in the run game too. So we're still trying to iron out the hiring process on the offensive side. The defensive side, I think we got one. Kelvin Shepard, man, he's been phenomenal. Former linebacker coach. He's been groomed to be the defensive coordinator for a long time, and that's what I expected. It's what we got, and I'm happy with him as well.
Kelvin Shepard, that shit's impressive because y'all have had so many injuries on your defense, especially in the secondary. It feels like he could throw us out there and y'all are still forcing turnovers. Y'all are still, I believe, top 2 in the league in sacks. Aiden Hutchinson's one of those, but he's getting production from all sorts of guys on that side of the ball. There's been no regression really defensively.
Yeah, I would even say like in some form or fact, like I would even say they may be a little bit of an upgrade as well for for us on that side of the ball. Just schematically, like some of the stuff that Aaron Glenn was, I don't want to call him, he was stubborn about doing like quarterback spies. We've done that, and they've executed perfectly. We used to get killed by mobile quarterbacks. Well, I mean, you're one of them. Your team was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got those quarterback spies. It's been a lot better for our team. But we're still ironing out some things, still getting some guys back healthy. I think in your guys' best interest, no Kirby Joseph probably this week, but things are smooth. They're going along as the season goes on.
That shit won't matter, man. I promise you. Kirby Joseph, y'all might as well. If y'all got any players that are ailing, I promise you they don't have to play this week. It's not going to go well for my squad. But Ben Johnson leaves, but he doesn't just leave. He goes to your sworn enemy. He is an
Mhm.
is there anything in you that roots for him, or is it just fuck that guy because he chose one of the ops?
Man, it's for me, it's tough, man. Like, because I don't know how many of my listeners are here. I'm gonna share this after this answer this question too. But like, I have been a Ben Johnson stan. I was never the biggest Jared Goff believer when we got him here. I think it took a special type of head coach or coaching offensive coordinator to get him the best out of JG. And Ben Johnson did that and more. The run game was phenomenal with him. We were breaking Barry Sanders records with Jamal Williams, of all people, which is insane to say. Jamal Williams doesn't have a job right now. You know what I'm saying? So it hurt. It really hurt, man. I hate the Bears more than anything. I think I admire, you know what I'm saying? I admire from afar, but I'll always root against him if that makes sense. Like I could appreciate and respect him as a coach and offensive mind, but I'll always root against him, especially when it comes to anything that deals with the Detroit Lions, which is everything with them because they're a division rival.
I feel like we can both relate to that because even after he spurned us and stayed in Detroit and told us to turn the plane around, he was number one on my wish list, man. I was ready to throw on Lions gear to celebrate us hiring Ben Johnson. I was out here calling him by his government name on the channel, Benjamin David Johnson. I know how that guy schemes up an offense, and I always wanted us to have a younger, innovative coach. So, as pissed off as I am about him, and I don't like the Bears either now. So, it's like I don't want to see him succeed, but I admire the hell out of him and his philosophies and the way that he
Yeah,
calls offense. So, you have no choice but to recognize the boy can call an offense, man.
yeah, yep. I just what do you think about them so far this year? I guess real quick.
Yeah, we did see them a little earlier this year. Y'all saw them
Oh,
too,
yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
put
I
belt
forgot
to
about that.
ass. That was the start. So, like last year, we killed the Bears season after the Hail Mary. We were 3-2 versus the Bears on Monday Night Football. We fumbled the game away with 2:58 left, and we've lost dramatically 4 games in a row. So it's been bad since the Bears game. They're interesting because Caleb has weeks and stretches where he looks terrible. But Ben Johnson is so good at scheming up offense that he can work through that shit. And like if Caleb can consistently get through his reads and get the ball out of his hands and not put a cape on his back and try to do too much, they could be a problem, man. They could be a real problem in Chicago. I'm impressed with what Ben Johnson's done over there.
Yeah, yeah, I think I am too. I hate to admit it. I mean, it's like I've grown. It's crazy because it's weird to say because I understand the Lions have been good and forever, but like I've grown comfortable in being that team in the division. And it's weird to like we're not looking back. I can't look back because Packers are number one right now, but two, also looking to our side and seeing the Bears. It's like, come on, bro, having the same record as us right now at 5-3 is like that's gotta change at some point. But hey, we beat them when we saw them. They put the whooping on them.
Yeah, and not only did y'all put the whooping on him, y'all y'all are a vindictive, vengeful
Yes,
team. Y'all
yes.
are good at revenge. I've seen what y'all have done to Ben Johnson. He was family. I've seen what y'all did to the Dallas Cowboys after that game where they bullshitted y'all the year before, the year prior. We beat y'all in the playoffs last year, and
Mhm.
y'all are not happy about that. I've seen the quarterback series with golf on it. I know y'all got it circled. And not only are y'all a vengeful team, y'all are coming off a loss. So we're going to see an angry Detroit team. How did y'all lose that game to Minnesota? Because looking at it briefly from what they showed on Red Zone when I was watching the game, they weren't doing that much offensively, but they were converting when they got into your red zone and stuff like that. What happened versus JJ McCarthy and the Vikings?
Man, there's so much that happened in that one. It was pitiful. It was a disgusting performance. We do our live streams watching the game, and towards the end, you can see me crashing out. Then at one point, I just completely disassociate, and I'm just eating nachos, and the blank stare on my face. It was a gross game to watch. We had 10 penalties, most of them being on offense. That's never going to help you out. The ones that came on defense were on third and criticals, and then they killed us in special teams. That's why if you go look at the stats, JJ McCarthy only had 143 yards. That's because every drive for them started at the 30-yard line in our territory. It was we were not doing ourselves any favors. We had a fumble from David Montgomery, which they picked up, got the ball back in their territory. They had like a 90-yard kick return, and they made a block kick, and we just kept giving them those opportunities. And then offensively, which now you guys got Frankie Louvu, you guys might be able to exploit this too. Our offensive line is not the same. We had a all-pro center retire in Frank Ragnow. We bumped in our guard in at center. We got one rookie at right tackle. Then we had a second-year guy at left guard. I'm sorry, right guard I meant. And then we had a second-year guy at left guard who was out for the season now too. And so they kept blitzing the middle of our offensive line and leaving Jahmyr Gibbs, who was not the biggest dude in the world, to stop that blitz. And it was just not working. And Jared Goff, I mean, my man had concrete shoes on. He just couldn't get out of his own way, and he can't make off platform throws. He can be very good when you keep him protected, but if he's on a little bit of pressure, you're gonna get some goofy stuff, and that's we got Jared Goof in that game. But although he's still, I think I had 100 QBR. He's still like 20 or 30 or something like that. He did okay, but it's just he's not going to be able to make the plays. The offense not going to be as productive. We killed ourselves in that one though. Penalties, turnovers, and special teams.
I'm looking at the landscape of the NFC this year. Like, there's obviously fans in our fan base. We're 3-6. Jaden should be out for the year, but I feel like they're going to try to put him back on the field at some point this year because it was just a dislocation. I don't care. It looked worse than that, and he's been hurt 3 times this year. I don't want to see.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, first of all, like, I'm still distraught about that, and I'm still like, Dan Quinn's gonna take a lot for him to get me back from that, because 7 minutes left in the game, having him down 31 in a football game to break his arm. Well, he dislocated his elbow, but it looked significantly worse. It's his 3rd injury of the year, and we're staring 3-7 in the face. Why would we put him back on the football field before the end of this year? They won't shut him down. They will not shut him down for the season. They still think there's an opportunity to put him out there. And what I'm thinking, when I'm looking at the NFC, like, even if we were to somehow pull a couple wins out of a hat and get on a Mickey Mouse win streak, the 10th best team in the conference has 5 wins right now. We have 3. We are like the 3rd worst team in the entire conference. It would take us like a month heater for us to even get back into the picture. We already have 5 conference losses on the season. There is no signs that there's a real pulse. So I'm not sure why we haven't shut down the quarterback at this point.
Yeah, you obviously more looped than me with what's going on with your team. That was mind-boggling for me. It is mind-boggling for me that he's not on IR right now. Mm-hmm. I think, to be honest, to start the season, like when he was upright, you guys, he's good, man. He is good. Like, he beyond just like running around, stuff like that. Like, just the way he reads the field and gets that ball off, even when he was in trouble, even if he's missing wide receiver. I mean, Jaden Daniels, I got so much respect for. I always wonder though, because he's like 170 pounds.
He looks like it. He's actually about 205. He's probably more 205, 200 pounds. But he looks
longevity, because he's my fantasy quarterback too. That's one thing I end up drafting him too. I'm like, damn, it's like his last year. He got injured in college, and then now he's injured again. But hey, if he comes back, honestly, I'm not going to count you guys out. I think that division. Oh, you guys got the Eagles in their division.
Yeah, the Eagles at 6-2. They beat the Packers on Monday, and they may have this division sewn up by Turkey Day. Like, that's how we're talking right now, because it's 6 wins and then it's 3-3-2, and that's not the recipe for anybody to catch up. Terry McLaurin, another person I feel like they should have shut down for the year. We've only seen him 3 times this year, and he re-aggravated a soft tissue injury after holding in for a contract. So Jaden has not had any consistent weapons at his disposal. Debo, one of our only shining weapons, hurt his heel and has not looked like the same player. He hasn't been a wide receiver ever since he hurt his heel. So they got Jaden out there throwing it to Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Chris Moore, and newly signed Traylon Burks. And now Luke McCaffrey is also out. I was about to say,
did Luke McCaffrey get hurt too?
He got on the opening kickoff. Yeah. He's got hurt for the season. Marshawn Lattimore out for the season. Our starting safety out for the season. Both starting edges out for the season. Austin Eckler out for the season. The list continues. We are the body bag boys. This is a body bag season, not a body bag game. But I don't even want to use that as fully as an excuse. The guys that are taking the field are also not good enough this year. We've lost 3 consecutive games by 21 or more points. I don't think a team has done that in the last 4 seasons. And we didn't look competitive. We made Sam Darnold look like the best quarterback in the NFL on Sunday. Like, this is what he did in one half of football versus us Sunday night in our stadium. A man was 15 of 15 for 282, 4 touchdowns. in one half of football. No incompletions, perfect. And it wasn't like he was dinking and dunking. He was stretching the field on every play of the game. He averaged 14 yards per completion. That's crazy.
Yeah, first man, I was say don't be so negative, Rio. You somebody has some hope, but you sold me on packing that one up.
Yeah, man. We're gonna still talk about it. I'm still gonna go live for the games and go team. Like I'm a root for, because I've been in darker days with this team, but we finally left hell last year. We left hell, and the pearly gates were right in our sights, and they just clipped our wings again and sent us back to hell. This season's been a nightmare. It's one thing to be bad, but watching all these players get hurt, and the only hope this franchise has, the quarterback, seeing him get hurt 3 times and then watching his arm get folded like that on national TV, that shit sucks, man. That shit hurts, dog. Oh man, but y'all got a lot of hope going on over there. So y'all are 5-3 right now. Who do you feel like is the team to beat in the NFC, or is it always going to be the Eagles until someone throws them?
Right now, for me, man, it's I think you gotta say the Eagles. I don't hold the same regard for them as I did last season, but yeah, I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, I gotta say the Eagles. They won the championship. They won the championship. They went out there this year. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Rams. I think the Rams beat the other team I mentioned too for the NFC. And they beat a lot of those teams, man. So they've gone out and they still proved like they're a championship caliber team. A lot of people sleeping on, but they're 6-2 right now. You can't talk too much trash about that. And they added Jalen Phillips, man. And is Nolan Smith coming back for them?
I'm not sure he's coming back, but they got Jalen Phillips, Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep making these up. They traded for Jair Alexander. Mm-hmm. So Howie Roseman's phone always worked. That's a good segue too, by the way. Y'all stood pat at the trade deadline while teams were making fireworks happen around the league. Were you good with that decision, or was there anything you wanted to see y'all do?
There are some moves that I definitely would have liked, but in the draft we grabbed, I don't know if you heard of this kid Isaac Tesla.
Oh yeah, the white boy. That boy's good.
Yeah, but we gave away 2 third-round picks to do it. So it's like, all right, well, that's more of a plan for the future. I feel like you got a team to win right now. I feel like you should use those picks to go all in the season at the trade deadline. I'm saying grab a piece, take you over the top. So I kind of killed my trade deadline hopes then. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the ammunition for anything of great notice would be we wouldn't have that. You know what I'm saying? The 3rd round picks is gone. That's what they used to go get Jalen Phillips. Anybody else like that of that caliber at the deadline would probably cost the same thing. And we didn't have that because we invested in a kid who is a special teams gunner right now. I do think he'll be special. I do think he'll be good down the line. But we just have like this long-term vision that Brad just won't shake from. And I have a hope that he will someday. You know what I'm saying? Want to go F them picks and cash in on Super Bowl. But we're just I don't know, man. I don't want to speak badly on my GM because he's really, really good. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Brought us out the depths of hell. But I just feel like we're in a Super Bowl window right now, and we're kind of just messing around, for lack of better words.
I'll tell you what, man. Isaac Tesla would look like a dream come true in this receiver room right now. We would take him gladly over here right now. Oh my God, we starting Chris Moore, Jalen Lane, Traylon Burks. Like we're just doing science experiments on Sunday afternoon at this point. Tesla got good body control, good hands, and y'all are a stacked offense, so y'all don't have to rush him on the field at this point. But I was surprised to not see y'all make a move because y'all are as well positioned team as anyone to go out and go be aggressive.
It's been that way for the last 3 years, and they haven't made a move in either the first 2 years. 2 years ago, our fan base was criticizing me and upset with me because I threw a fit that they didn't make a move at the deadline. And lo and behold, we lost in the NFC Conference Championship game. It's like, well, damn, had we made that move, would we have been the team going to the Super Bowl that year? You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt about it then. And then if they didn't make it then, I just knew they're never going to be that type of aggressive team to go out there and make that move. But when I look at Super Bowl champions in your division, Howie Roseman, ultra aggressive general manager, Les Snead with the Rams, they got ultra aggressive, made some big moves. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I feel like sometimes you gotta do that to go out there and you know what I'm saying, take your team over the top. And we have this long-term vision that we're trying to see through, but this contract's coming up with a lot of these great draft picks we've made. And I don't know, man. We gotta cash one in.
Yep. And as a good general manager, there are times where you got to do shit that may lose the fan base a little bit. Howie Roseman is seen like he can't miss. He could do no wrong, like he has the Midas touch. There was a world where he used to get his back kicked in and they were screaming for his head and his job on a regular basis. But then he put together multiple Super Bowl winning rosters and now he can do whatever he wants and he always finds something even when it's quiet on trade front. But I thought it was interesting that y'all didn't make any move. Our fan base was very upset that we stood pat at the deadline, and I'm trying to preach to them that there's no real move out.
Yeah. You guys should keep your draft asset, especially this year,
Yeah.
because you're about to have some good draft picks. Let's be real.
Yeah, and we traded for Marshawn Lattimore. We traded for Laramie Tunzel. We traded for Deebo Samuel. We don't have a second and a fourth next year, and we look like we're going to pick top 10 in the draft. That hurts. That means you're going to be a bad team with probably 2 top 150 picks. So I said there was no way we could be buyers at the deadline. And then there comes the conversation of sellers. Outside of a Daron Payne, we don't really have players to sell because when you looked at the deadline, most of the players moving were young guys on a rookie contract, guys coming right off of a rookie contract. We don't have much young talent. We're the youngest team in the league. Who we selling? Who are we selling over here? So
yeah, you guys had one dude that my co-host was looking at. Spinny was looking at Riley.
Andrew Wiley, the offensive lineman. Yeah. I mean,
tease to you guys just because our guys are playing, but they're banged up. And one of the gentlemen is Taylor Decker. He's been in the league for a long time, and he's at that age where it's like, I don't know if he's going to hold up for us this season. It'd be nice to have somebody that you can rely on like that. Is he bad? I mean, what is his contract?
No, he's solid. He's solid. It's just that we upgraded at certain positions, or at least we thought we did. We upgraded and we got younger. We took a right tackle. Well, we took a left tackle and turned him to the right tackle in the first round of the draft, and that took his job. But he's filled in at guard and at tackle for us when need be this year. He's solid, but he probably wouldn't have got us a sixth, a fifth rounder, maybe because of his position he played. But yeah, he would have been a solid person to sell, but we weren't going to get any real value for our guys, which is why we didn't make a move at the deadline. But when you're 3-6, all your players are hurt, and you're staring at the rest of our schedule, I can see why fans are desperate for something, but it just be like that sometimes. But I want to ask you a question too.
Yeah.
I don't want you to relive traumatic past, and I don't want you to talk about hypotheticals that wouldn't have happened, but what was your confidence level that y'all were going to the Super Bowl if y'all made it to the NFC Championship last year versus Philly?
I don't know, man. It was I'd put it at 50-50, to be honest with you, just because like we were missing so many pieces. Against you guys, I was all too confident. I just didn't expect us to turn the ball over as many times as we did. Like screw the defense. I'm not blaming the defensive injuries in that one. I'm looking at the quarterback. And then that one, how many picks do you have in that game? 3, 4. He had 3 picks.
He had 3, and Jameson threw it.
Yeah, but you can't turn the ball over. Defense be damned. You put the defense in bad situations when you're doing that. But had we won that game, and all due respect to you guys, obviously you kind of saw what happened in your NFC Conference Championship game. It was an asshole. The Philly, the Eagles were still a dog where we would have needed that defense. I can't guarantee you would have got past them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I would have picked Detroit in that game, but I'm not sure if anyone was beating Philly after what they did to us, and then the Chiefs, like they followed it up and did it to Mahomes and them in the Super Bowl and stopped the 3-peat. There might have not have been anything stopping them, but obviously it would have been a better game than our game versus them in the NFC Championship.
I agree with that part for sure.
We ran out of the secret stuff, and then we realized there's a difference in the roster of theirs and ours, and we kind of stole a year and rode a high until we couldn't no more last year, and at some point reality sets in. But 5-3 right now, still working in new coordinators on both sides, and the conference is good as hell this year. How are you feeling about this matchup this weekend versus a banged up team? This is a get right game for y'all, correct?
Yeah, it definitely is. Surprisingly, and it could be more than just the voices I'm hearing, but a lot of people, we still hold respect for you guys. I think you made a lasting impact on Detroit Lions fans as a franchise because we were ultra confident going into that game last year in the playoffs, and obviously things didn't work out that way. I have respect. A lot of Lions fans have respect. Me personally, for just Dan Quinn, I know the hot name there is you got which guy's OC name again? Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. Yep.
I got more respect for what Dan Quinn did in terms of like garnishing like putting their team in position to get all those turnovers and stop our offense. You know what I'm saying? Your offense is going to do what the offense is going to do. We got nobody on defense to stop you. But what Dan Quinn did, I think he might have that recipe, to get after Jared Goff a bit. Because wasn't he in the NFC West before here?
Yeah, Seattle. He was the Legion of Boom's defensive coordinator.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. So I think he has a little bit of that special sauce. Been around there when JG was there, and obviously that showed in that playoff game. But obviously, I still think I got us winning. How's your offense look though with Marcus Mariota? I mean, you got no wide receivers.
It looks smoother at times too, because I mean these are guys more that he should be comfortable throwing to, because these are not guys that should be out here starting. And another reason is because Mariota runs the zone read better than Jaden, because Jaden does not usually pick the right decision on read options and stuff. The ball moves, but we don't score points. Like versus the Chiefs. That Monday night game was weird because we forced multiple turnovers and we lived on the Chiefs side of the field for a whole half, and it was 7-7 at halftime. We probably should have been up 20-7 at halftime. We don't score any points. I don't know what our offense is this year. We lost our identity. We can't run the ball. We don't have receivers to throw the ball to, and our offensive line, they do their best, but they can't hold up when you're stacking boxes and you're winning on a consistent basis. And our rookie right tackle, Josh Connerly, bless his soul, he's getting that rookie baptism by fire. He's given up 31 pressures and 6 sacks this year through 9 weeks so far. So he's been barbecue chicken out that bitch.
Yeah,
so far.
I was in love with him out of the draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he could turn out to be a solid starting tackle in this league. But if I was y'all, Aiden Hutchinson, that's where his whole meal is going to take place on Sunday.
Yeah, like you said earlier, I mean, our team is full of petty kings, and you got us coming off a loss. On top of the fact that you guys beat us. I mean, we got some stoic voices in there like Penei Sewell, like a stoic leader who's not really going to crack and talk too much trash or say anything. They asked him this week, is this a game you're looking forward to about the, getting your lick back against this team? And he cracked a smile like, nah. He's trying to say no, but he's smiling. But yeah, we got petty kings coming in this one. We'll probably – because what's the spread, 9.5? You think we'll cover?
Yeah. Oh, y'all definitely covering the spread. Y'all definitely covering the spread. But I mean, I have a weird team, man. But I keep saying this, and we keep getting blown out every week. So this does not stand anymore. Who we used to be was in spots where we had no chance, we would show up and make a game out of it. Even at like the worst of the worst Redskin days versus great teams, we go make it a lot harder than it needed to be. And y'all haven't looked like the Lions we know them to be in the last couple of weeks. So maybe there's a chip. Nah, y'all about to dog us on Sunday. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, I one thing I'm looking for us doing in this game specifically is that run game. Just because I remember looking back what the Bears did. That's how they won that game. You guys came back in the fourth quarter and they just kept running the ball with DeAndre Swift. And I have respect for Swift. He was here, but like he ain't Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to get back on track, because we cannot run the ball this past. So that's a big thing for us too. We haven't been running the ball as well as we did last year without Ben Johnson.
Yeah, man. I know. Oh man, I'm thinking about the score of this game, and I wanna give us the benefit of the doubt, because we may just go out there and we just watched our quarterback get hurt in dramatic fashion. We might go out there and really give it our best, like the first half versus the Chiefs, but I just don't see us really having a true shot in this game at this point. It's Mariota out there with a limited supply of weapons versus a team that needs a lick back versus us coming off a loss. I'm seeing like a 41-16 game in Detroit's favor, man. What kind of score are you thinking for this one?
Damn, 41.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. We've lost 3 straight by 21 points.
Damn, man. I have respect for you guys going this one.
Dallas did us in by
yeah,
Dallas, dog.
I'll go 34-17.
There we go. See, that's not as bad, man. That's respect right there. That's respect.
I got some respect.
And
I actually got no wide receiver. I might turn that to 14. I don't know. I'll be respectful, but yeah,
hey, bro, like
listen to your wide receiver stuff, man. That is nuts.
I don't even know where to find where these 14, 13, 16 points are coming from at this point because we can't score them with Jaden on the field. We couldn't score with Jaden. We had Jaden running for his life for 60 minutes versus Seattle, and they weren't even sending blitzes. They were doing it with 4. They were sending 4.
Oh, damn.
And he was uncomfortable for the entirety of that game. But NFC Championship, y'all had a lead, y'all gave it up. The next year, you lose in the divisional round. It's Super Bowl or bust at this point of building for the Lions, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why a lot of fans are disappointed to come away from the trade deadline with nothing. But like I said, we used your trade assets in the draft. And
yep,
it's kind of what we got.
Makes a lot of sense. So a team that can't stop the run or stop the pass and are beat up on the defensive side of the ball, who is somebody that we should be looking to put on our tickets, on our parlays for the weekend before I hit this ad when I let you out?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, of course.
Yep. For sure. I mean, we got so many weapons, but the ones I would say lock in for sure is Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I'm going to say Jahmyr Gibbs as well. Unless Frankie Louvu was playing, right? The suspension got reversed.
Yeah, he will be back on the field. It's crazy. I was hoping to see some of the young linebackers. Like, hey, go and let him sit out for a week. But nope, he just took a big fine. He is playing, and he has not been that impactful this year, unfortunately.
No?
Nope.
I feel like he fits that blitz up the middle like we kept seeing against the Vikings there. But I would take Ja touchdown. Actually, no. I'll tell you the ones I'm loving. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 60+, and then David Montgomery touchdown. How about that?
Those, and I'm going to take a Hutchinson sack, man. I appreciate you for coming on with me. I'll be hopping on y'all's this evening or tomorrow.
Hey, whatever day works best for you. Today probably better numbers-wise on our part.
All right, bet. I'll be on your side. I'll be on y'all side in a couple hours. I'll make sure y'all get the link for that. We've had a little rivalry after that game going forward last year. This was supposed to be a fun one. We were all looking forward.
You guys ruined it. You guys ruined everything.
I hate it, man.
It's supposed to be a banger game.
Yeah, it's crazy. What if we still get one? What if we, fingers crossed, we still get a really nice playoff atmosphere game, but it's probably not going to be the case. But let folks know where they can follow and subscribe to y'all's content and your page, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were victims to the YouTube AI algorithm bans. They got us. We'll be back next Tuesday, but we are still streaming live on Twitch, Facebook, and X, all under Woodward Sports. Live from 5 to 7 today, though. Woodward Heavyweights. Of course, Rio will be joining the show, and our fans probably gonna be a little rough on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you came on, you talking that mess last time.
Yes, sir.
You know, but you guys won. You know what I'm saying?
So let's get it. Good. I'm ready. I'm ready to lace my boots up and get active, man. I appreciate you for coming on with me today.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Shoot me that link, brother. Oh man. I hate it here, y'all. This was supposed to be one that we had circled on the schedule, y'all, but let's talk about it some more in just a second after the ad break, man. The NFL season is here, which means you have a chance to win 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy. Football has never been more exciting than it is with players like Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jamar Chase. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more. We're up to a 1,000 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right, and you could win big using promo code RIO91. That was promo code RIO91, and you'll get up to a $100 match bonus on your first deposit. Terms and conditions may apply. Oh, man. We still got a season to get through, y'all. We still got 8 weeks to fight through, y'all. And here we go, y'all. Let's hear from the defensive coordinator.
In the box.
Let's hear from the defensive coordinator. Everyone's favorite defensive coordinator, Joe Witt Jr. Let's hear what Joe Witt has to say.
DQ talked about earlier in the week that I will be coming down to the field. I went and asked him to do that for a number of reasons. The first reason I've been in the box, Q, most of the coordinators that I've been around called it from the box. Q, Capers, Mike Pettin. Even when I was in college, the guys, the coordinators always called it from the box. You have a good view. You can see. You don't really have to have as much help with personnel, people coming in and out. So that's why the advantage of being in the box. Moving to the field, I think the energy that I have in practice that
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. And also, if he don't stop this down memory lane shit, I don't want to hear about Dallas and Green Bay in your weekly presser every week, Joseph Witt Jr. I don't want to hear it. We're not there anymore, bro. You in DC. And through a season and a half, it has not worked out for you as the defensive coordinator. Ooh, you're coming down from the booth to the field. Let's go. Season's back on, right? That shit does not excite me. Does that excite anybody? It should not excite you. That means you about to get a closer view for what the Lions finna do to your defense this weekend. But this is all for the rightful good of what needs to happen this year. This season's cooked, y'all. I think the Lions are going to go for 60 plus. I think if they want to score for 60 plus, they will. We put up 45 on them, and they're building as a considerable favorite, and they're coming off a loss. So it's very possible that is the case. I appreciate you, video channel. Crud Knuckle said, y'all don't know we about to lay the wood to Detroit. Hey, I love keep that fight alive. Keep that hope alive, man. I don't got that. I don't like. They say he looked like he got a gun pointed at him. They about to jump me on the channel. Hey, I'm going on that channel to just say, hey, but we won. We won that playoff game. Y'all about to beat the shit out of us on Sunday, but we won. And I told y'all we was coming in there to handle business. I'm going in there reliving 2024. I'm going to have to go down there on my 2024 Rio shit because 2025 Rio is a defeated man. But they can't take that day away from me. That was my greatest stream. That was my greatest night of an NFL fan. I will never, until these boys get to a fucking Super Bowl or something, I will never have a better day as a Washington fan because I did not get to see the team play for or win any of these. So that fated night at Detroit where I streamed for 11 hours and 50 minutes, they can't take that shit from me. So they can jump me about who we are right now, but they cannot take that away from me. So I'm going in there with that type of mindset. Oh man, he be at the Joe Witt be at the podium capping. He be mad as shit at the media. Like, fam, be mad at what your unit's doing. Be mad at what your unit is doing, man. Yeah, we back down memory lane. I'm going in that joint talking all 2024 type shit. Yeah, you know how you get a write-up that leads to your firing? This is his write-up moving down to the like shit. His relegation, you know? It's like when you got the verbal warning before you got a referral back into school. The Lions are coming for. Yep, indeed. Oh, and I did say that was a little fine Frankie Louvu got. Yeah, 100,000 is more than a little fine. It's definitely more than a little fine, man. It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. We're 3-0 in the postseason first them. The Christmas tree is weeping, watching us. The Christmas tree looking at me like you just pulled me out the box for what? Shit, I need some Yuletide cheer in my life because I don't got none on the gridiron right now. Joe Witt can't see the truth. And if he does see the truth, he only half sees the truth because one eye is looking the other way. So, hey, Joe Witt was talking spicy to late. He humble now. The writing's on the wall for that, but you know, Dan Quinn is loyal to his guys, so he's not going nowhere yet. What will hurt Rio more is the Lions winning the Super Bowl this year. It won't, because I would much rather the Lions win the Super Bowl. I'd be happy for that franchise. They made us an op for a week or two, but I would be happy for that franchise. I would be happy to see them win something that they've never won before. I've never seen my team win one. They're not a divisional rival, and it ain't the fucking Eagles. So I'd be happy for the Detroit Lions. That city would go crazy. They may tear all of Detroit down to the ground. That bitch may burn like Pompeii if they win the Super Bowl. Give me Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay. Please, not Philly, bro. And Philly about to ramp up at the right time. So I just need somebody to handle them boys. I can't watch them go back to back. I don't know if I can handle that shit, man. Yeah, I don't think either of our coordinators should be interviewing for head coach jobs, at least not at the professional level. It's like especially the defensive one. But I don't even think Cliff should be getting head coaching interviews in the NFL right now. Cliff is not a head coach. He's an offensive coordinator. And right now, he ain't coordinating like we need him to. So I don't think either of our coordinators are in jeopardy to be leaving for head coaching job. Hey, maybe a college team comes knocking. There are 1,000 college jobs available. Would I rather the Birds or the Cowboys three-peat? Is death an option? Is to take me out of here an option? Because hell no. Hell no. There's no right answer to that question, Pat. There's no right answer to that. Hell, that's a nightmare. That is a night. It would be very miserable on this channel. But I guess if I had to, no, I can't. I don't know if I can answer this. I'm gonna try to pick this. Which one would? No. The Eagles on the 3P would be the worst shit in the world. As annoying as it's our year, Dallas Cowboy fans are. I don't think the world could survive the Eagles fan base on a 3P. Like that shit. That shit would feel like resurrecting Hitler. Like that shit would be bad, bro. Nobody wants to live in a world where the Eagles 3P. It's got to be Dallas. The answer's got to be Dallas to that question. I think Cowboy fans are more bearable. Eagles fans actually understand football. Like in the cumulative fan base, they get into the ball better. A lot of Dallas fans are casuals. Eagles fans are diehard, so you're never going to hear the end of the Eagles three-peating, bro. Man, we would not be able to breathe outside. You wear your colors outside, you're going to get embarrassed if they were the three-peat. But that's a good thing. Somebody going to take care of business in the NFC playoff. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be Washington this year. So Detroit, Green Bay, Seattle. Hey, I got no issues with Seattle. Hey, Mike McDonald, go out and win you one. Did y'all see that clip of Mike McDonald talking with a fan after the game or someone he knew from his time in Baltimore outside of Northwest? And he was like, mad that they actually gave up some garbage time rush yards to us. And he was like, oh, yeah, we kicked those boys' ass, though. We smashed those guys. And I'm sitting back there like, see, this is that young coach. This is that young coach energy. This is that young coach energy I wanted. And this is that shit that I envy. Because the only thing I wanted out of the head coach hiring cycle was to give me a young, wet behind the ears, X's and O's guru, a genius, a dork, a nerd. Because I didn't want guys that were stuck in their ways. And when you have veteran coaches like our current head coach, and I love Dan Quinn, I understand the human and the gravity that he carried. But with older coaches, they get stuck in their ways and they only know one way to do things, and they're over reliant and confident to their coaching staff and their philosophy. And when things go bad, it's like, all right, we've seen this before. We've seen this guy fail before. The benefit of getting the young coach with no experience is that we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen that person fail at this job yet. You can also say, we don't know if he can handle it. We don't know if he can lead men and all that good stuff. But sometimes leading men is not enough. When you are consistently outplayed, outcoached, and communication is a issue every week, what is that leader of men shit doing? And he had a little Ron Rivera type gaffe at the presser talking about the Jaden situation on Sunday, in which he had to walk back. Jesus, watching that Seattle game took me right back to the Ron Rivera era, and I hate that feeling. Oh, man. Oh, man. I love the series of unfortunate events. This is currently what our season is. It's a Lemony Snicket novel, a series of unfortunate events. That's what our whole season is. Don't put Jaden Daniels back on that football field this year. Dan Quinn. I know, guys. I know y'all keep telling me in the chat, Rio, it's just a dislocation. It's just a dislocation. He's fine. He could play in a few weeks. For what? What would Jaden Daniels need to play another game for when we're sitting at like 4-9? What is he coming back on the field for? What type of momentum are we trying to carry into 2026 if we put his ass back out there? I don't think Terry old ass need to go back out there either. What is Terry about to do in December? What is 30-year-old twice aggravated quad injury Terry McLaurin going to do for me on a 4-9 football team? Terry, Jaden, all them boys, send them to Cancun and tell them let's shake back in 2026 to get our lick back. The redemption team, the redeem team, if you will. Shut this shit down. Dan Quinn, I believe in you. I believe in the staff you put together, minus this cockeyed person that I have on the screen right now. I believe in the program. I believe in the front office. I believe in the aligned division of this franchise. If y'all put Jaden back on the field in 2025 and he were to sustain another injury, that's a fireable offense. Like I said, fire him the other day. I didn't mean that. I was just sad. I was in a fucked up feeling. But what it did was it already put a thought in my head that there's a chance that this does not work out. I don't want Dan Quinn fired right now. If he puts Jaden back on the field in 2025, he becomes on my shit list, and I will be low-key rooting for his downfall, because unless we go on a fucking 1-month heater without Jaden, what is he coming back on the field for? If this was his first, I would understand the logic if this was his first injury this year. If Jaden played all 9 games in that dislocation, then what if you win the next 6? What if I hit the Powerball? What if I hit a 20-leg anytime touchdown parlay for $400,000 when I put $5 down? What if a Ferrari just parked itself in my parking spot in my apartment complex without me paying $1 for it? That's what we sound like at this point. That's one thing. We're not doing that. We're not about to win 6 games in a row. Would it be cool? Yes, because I don't want to go into December on Hard Knocks and have nothing to talk about. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want us to be on Christmas Day on Netflix with no cool storylines. This is what I do every day. I talk about this team. I make content. Us being irrelevant does not help with content. I just don't see no realistic way for us to make this season relevant enough for Jaden to have to come back in a season where he's been injured 3 times. 3 times. 3. He's had a knee injury, a hamstring injury, and I just watched his arm snap like a wishbone on primetime television versus the Seattle Seahawks. Like, I don't want to see Jaden again this year. For what? Newsflash. We're going to lose to the Detroit Lions, whether it's by 1 or whether it's by 70. We're not winning this game on Sunday. Am I going to go live for it? Absolutely. We're going to go live the whole day, and we're going to hope the team wins. We're not going to go out there and root for everything to go wrong. You want to know why? Because we don't need to. The team will take care of that on their own. Even with our guy on the field, we can't score points to win football games. Why would we win one this week? There's no tanking involved. You don't need to tank if your team just goes out there and innately loses the game. We've lost 3 games by 21 plus points. We're the first team to do such in quite some time. We will not be, we can sleep peacefully for the rest of 2025. I promise y'all that. And if y'all want better sleep, new partner on the channel, use code RIO on Manta Sleep. Get you a sleep mask right now. Do you struggle falling asleep? Well, the Manta Cool Mask is your blackout and cooling mask all in one. With cold eye cups for instant cooling relief, this true 100% blackout mask blocks all light completely, even around the sides and nose. The Manta Cool Mask gives you complete darkness and a calming sensation at the same time. The eye cups are filled with a cooling gel that helps reduce puffiness and tension while still giving you a zero pressure fit. And like every Manta mask, it blocks 100% of the light for deeper, uninterrupted sleep. So I'm going to need you to head over to mantasleep.com right now using promo code RIO to unlock 10% off your purchase. Improve your sleep today. Shout out to Manta Sleep. That Manta Cool Mask is fire, by the way, and it keeps you cool at night. I'm a hot person. I'm always hot. I'm always going to be hot. Boy would be sweating, and that keeps it keeps completely blacks out the whole room, and it keeps my face cool at night. Mantasleep.com. Use promo code RIO on Manta Sleep. But can I see some score prediction? Can I see some score predictions in the chat? Can I see some score predictions in the chat? Hey, we paid the bills, man. We got a job to do over here. This is what we do on a regular basis. And we will probably see Josh Johnson and or Sam Hartman at this point. But what are your score predictions for this game versus the Lions? I'll give you two. I'll give you the realistic score prediction, and I'll give you the fuck it, what if we show up and make it interesting prediction. That's not going to happen. Let me see what y'all are thinking for this one now. Rio's down bad. Hey, the team down bad, but the channel's not. So you know we gotta run it up a little bit for the 99s and the 2000s, man. I want to leave the damn country to an island without Wi-Fi on Christmas. Take me with you, Commander Kitty Hawk. Where are we going? Where are we going? Let me know where we going and we wheels up. Catching them bonus checks like opposing teams wide receiver. We got to, bro. I'm looking like Cody White and Torrey Horton out here. My realistic score prediction, 41-16 is what I said. I think the Lions are going to win 41-16. I think we're going to give the illusion that it's going to be close early, and then they're going to spread their wings and take off on it. 41-16. But that's not the fun one. Let's have fun. Marcus Mariota legacy game. Lions win 30-27, and Mariota goes out there and puts on a shootout type performance. And Treylon Burks and Jalen Lane and healthier Deebo Samuel, they pull up and they get active and they fight with some dignity, and we lose like men, like warriors, like gladiators, like that spear shit that they're preaching at the stadium. 30-27 is my unrealistic, ain't gonna happen, but maybe Washington shows some dignity on Sunday. 50-7, 48-17, 28-7 Washington. Hey, crud knuckles, man. Keep the fight. Keep fighting a good fight for me, bro. One of these weeks, you're going to be right. One of these weeks, you're going to be right. Rio having nightmares with Witt. 41-21, 35-20, 14-7. Us and Detroit fans in shambles. Hey, we got to kick the A. We beat them on Sunday. Y'all got to make it a sequel of what we were doing in January after that playoff game, and y'all got to go make their live stream a living hell. 56-0. This is a team that they are petty kings, like my boy Easy was saying, bro. Hey, we working on our craft over here, man. It's got to be a seamless transition. I don't like watching something, the ads are clunky and they stumbled through the transition into them. So, you know, we got to always work them in smoothly. So I think most people have us getting dogged on Sunday. 42-14. Which team, though, y'all? I guess the people who aren't putting the team, they're saying Detroit. Are we going to the moon? Hey, I'm not sure anyone's ever been there, so we might as well go. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. I'm not going to put my tinfoil conspiracy theorist hat on, but you let me know. You let me know when we wheels up, Kitty Hawk. If Mariota Magic gets hurt, I will just quit football. I will start watching. I don't think we should be putting this type of energy in the air, but with the way the season's going, for whatever reason, I'm not going to say what the reason will be. There's a world where Josh Johnson plays games this year. There's a world where Sam Hartman plays games this year. That's just how this season's going. It's just nasty, man. If anyone has a legacy game, someone would have. Oh, Bill. Hey, Bill. It's been a minute, brother. It's been a minute, and there was a run on Sunday that you could have took to distance, but we went the wrong way. We need you to get your swagger and your confidence back. We have not had a run game in a month, Bill Krosky Merritt. We need you to get going. We've somehow become a team where Jeremy McNichols is our most reliable running back, and C-Rod comes in and gets better chunk play. Like, we can't have that. JWJ, Joe Witt Jr. wears the Manta sleep mask during the game. I was about to say, what does sleep mask look like? one lens be right here and the other don't be back. let me chill. Let me chill on Joe Witt Jr., man. Shout out to no, we're not shouting out to Joe Witt Jr. We're not doing that. I said we're not doing that. My bad. Well, 6 because of our kicker, Gay. Shout out to Matt Gay. We playing outside on Sunday, so it's not like we can expect him to contribute. JJ threw for 150 and beat them this same. Shit, did we throw for 150 on Sunday? I don't even know if we threw for 150. The difference is they were scoring. They were scoring points. They were getting that ball down there, and they were scoring. We don't score. We scored 7 versus the Kansas City Chiefs in 60 minutes, and we barely scored on the Cowboys, and we had 7 points with 7 minutes left when my quarterback was ravaged with an injury. So we don't score. We got to score. They scored 27 on the Lions. We haven't scored 27. We barely scored 27 points in our last 3 games combined. So I don't know, Jim. Score prediction is 48-10. I don't even know how we scoring with this offense. I don't either, man. Maybe Treylon Burks starts to show us a little something. How do I feel about him? I don't feel indifferent at all. I don't feel overwhelmingly positive or negative. I'm all ears. This is how I feel about Treylon Burks. You can sell me on us playing anybody under the age of 27. Us claiming, signing, picking someone up off a practice squad. Any player younger than 27, I will give the benefit of the doubt because I am in Mike Shanahan. We are just evaluating young talent mode this season. That's all I got left. I'm cool with it. Let's get active. Treylon Burks, show me something. Show me you got something left in you because it would help the process of putting this roster together if a young player like Treylon Burks, who was once seen as a first-round pick, who once was a first-round pick, could be a part of the future. Those are the type of guys we need rounding out the receiver room, not Chris Moore. Not Chris Moore. That's not what we want, guys. That's not what we want. They got Chris Moore is your featured starting X-receiver right now, y'all. I'm going to say that again. Chris Moore is the X-receiver. He is the Terry McLaurin of the offense right now. This is not me joking. This is not me exaggerating. That's your number one receiver right now. And in a world where that is your number one receiver, any young player, you're begging for them to take over or at least show that they could be the wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6. I just want Jalen Lane to show me that he can catch a football. Because right now, it's Debo and this guy right here. And Debo hasn't looked like he could play wide receiver for us while his heel is hurt. He has become just a screen pass, jet sweep merchant because we can't do too much on a receiver on a hurt heel. But I love that he's toughing it out and he's out there. I love that he's toughing it out. and sticking out. This is your number one receiver right now, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Moore legacy game. I was going to say the sequel, the trilogy. Oh, man. Any more injuries? Y'all going to be hey, you might as well suit us up at this point. At some point, suit me up, man. You cleaned your basement this week? Anything to distract myself? Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I like that. Way to be constructive. Way to put your energy to good use. Have I discussed Louisville this week? Yeah, Louisville's playing. I didn't want him to play. I was cool with him being suspended. That probably sounds messed up, but I want to see Kane Madrano and I want to see Brandon Coleman. And Brandon Coleman, what the hell am I talking about? Jordan McGee. I don't know where Brandon Coleman just came. I don't know where Thumb just came to mind. But see, I'm not even on my best game. I'm not even in my prime. I'm not in midseason form right now. I should be, because this is the life that we live most of our lives as fans in my age demographic. But I want to see Kane Madrano active. I want to see Jordan McGee playing a lot of snaps. I don't need to see Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner in these last 8 weeks. I don't need to see Zach Ertz in these last 8 weeks. Give me the Ben Sinnott experience. Show me what y'all were thinking in the draft room on draft night. Show me what Lance Newmark and AP saw when they told us that they saw Kyle Juszczyk mixed with Kittle. Show me that in 8 weeks that don't matter of football, because they matter to those young guys. You know? Brace myself. Oh, I'm braced. I'm cool. I'm cool for this season. I'm good. I'm fine. They can't hurt me anymore this season. The hurt is gone, and we just push through the year at this point. The hurt is gone. Who's number 12? 12 is Traylon Burks, right? Or is he 13? I think he's 13. 12 was Robbie Chosen, but he ain't there right now. Or is he on the... I don't know. We're such a revolving... We play musical chairs with our skill positions right now. I don't know who's who at this point. I felt like it was over after the Bears lost. Oh, for real. That was the beginning of the end for us. And it was poetic justice in a way, because we killed their spirit and crushed their season last year. They did the same to us. So handshake on that. Respect to them. We'll see y'all again. Louvu, poo-poo. Louvu, oh, wow. Difference maker. Said no. Yeah, that Bears game wrecked me. Everything that's happened over the last 3 weeks, it's wrecked me. And I can't be hurt anymore this season. This season, it can't hurt me anymore. So everybody, we good. Throw Ja'Cory Brooks in the mix. Absolutely. He was one of our priority undrafted free agents, and he actually took the field with 5 a lot during training camp. So why aren't we seeing him? I want to see Ja'Cory Brooks. I don't want to see Chris Moore. What is it Chris Moore for? For what? It's going to be a rough one on Sunday. So who is your young player that you got circled on? Who's your young player that y'all got circled that's going to make something happen on Sunday? Who's your young player who makes an impact on Sunday? I know my answer is. My answer is Jordan McGee. I think Jordan McGee is going to flash some and make some plays. Is it going to affect the outcome of the game? Amos is hurt. He's in a non-contact jersey right now. Bill is in a non-contact jersey right now. I'm still in a non-contact jersey. Back was starting to get some flexibility and it started to move a little more than I wanted to. Boom, I feel it again. I need to take the doctor's advice and chill out for a couple weeks and do nothing but walk and run a little bit. But man. Oh, man. Juju just invested in a women's sports team in Boston. That's cool that they could do that in college now because of NIA. What up? NIL. What up, DK? What up, DK? How you feeling, my dog? Ben Sinnott, Ali Cajo. Ooh, Cajo. Yeah. Hey. Man, let them old boys take a break. Let them have a rest day on Sunday and just let the 3-headed young triumvirate of Cajo, Madrano, and McGee. Let them drive the ship. Lane, I just need to see Lane get his mojo back as a returner. But for him to do that, we got to force a punt. We don't be forcing punts no more, bro. It's either a turnover or a touchdown. Yeah, they receivers was cutting us up, man. They receivers was getting in our ass, man. They had Amos looking crazy. They had Mikey looking crazy. Hey, they was kicking backs in on there, man. I got to sit back there and take it. Pause. Big pause on that one. Let that back heal, man. Don't risk it. Well, yeah, I'm just going for walks. I ain't doing nothing else. I had me crash out on somebody in the chat, and I don't even want to be crashing out on nobody, man. That's what I'm no longer gonna let this season break me, though. I've reached my breaking point with this season. I'm chilling, man. Cajo ain't seeing the field. I know. Can at least Madrano, because they drafted him. I want to see Wagner and Ertz and Debo rested and ready for next season. Not sure all of those will be with us next year, Commander Kitty Hawk. But Bobby and Ertz need to hold headsets and playbooks and coach up these young players, because there ain't nothing they could do for me at 3-7. Does Lane have hands? It's a great question. Not this year. Debo coming back for sure. I hope he's coming back on a considerable discount, because I do not want to give a significant contract to two 30-year-old receivers. I'm good on that. I'm good on that at this point. I'm good on that, especially where we're going to be picking in the draft and we got money to spend. And my money does not need to be going to 30-year-old football players next year. I like Debo, and I wouldn't be mad if they wanted to keep him along the ride. But I see a world where that's not the case. You know, I think they believe in this team. I want to see them. I mean, I just don't know if I think Ertz and Wagner, I think they need to fade to the sunset after this season. I don't want to see Ertz and Wagner playing football in 2026. See, I'm not saying I don't want them on my team. I'm being generous about it. I want to see them both retire after this season, because we don't need to be shepherded by 37-year-old players in 2025. We got some building to do. We need some youth, and we need to build this shit up brick by brick. They old asses need to pursue their next endeavors in life. Bobby Wagner need to be on a coaching staff, and Zach Ertz needs to be in a broadcast booth next year on the coaching staff. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Debo would need to take a considerable team-friendly deal, because we got money to spend, and we don't need to be spending that shit on old players going forward, man. But you can't even sell your tickets for. I know y'all can't even make good coin or make a profit off them bitches now. Them tickets gonna be like Wizards tickets, where you just gonna find them. You just gonna find them available. People gonna be giving them shits away like GoFundMe. Oh man, we got too many born in the 1900s. We need some players born in the 2000 over here, man. I'm not yet ready to do mock drafts on the channel, but they're not that far away, ladies and gentlemen. By the time we putting turkey on the table, or eggplant if you're Louis T, for Thanksgiving Day, it'll probably be mock draft Monday on the channel. We're going to be having wish list prospect roulette. But, oh, man. We definitely need some players born in the 2000s, man. But pack the season up, but we here to go. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. We on Tankathon watch, baby. We watching strength of schedule. We watching, did we dip? Did we fall? Did we rise? And just how high can Washington get? Because it's one of those years, man. We 3-6 and we only the 9th pick. Let's see how far we can go. But that's all I got for right now. When they hit me with the link for wherever I'm doing this with Woodward Sports later, I'm going to share that with y'all so y'all can hop in and give me some backup, because I'm pretty sure they're going to jump me in that joint later today. I think that's 5:30 today. Woodward Sports. Y'all go outside. Y'all touch some grass. Let some of that crisp fall air hit your chest. Clean your basement like Commander's Kitty Hawk did earlier. You know, enjoy the weather. Go out and go talk to somebody. Go meet you a gal or a guy or whatever it is that intrigues you. My brother, hashtag raise hell. Always hold it down with the $20 super chat donation. I appreciate all of y'all. Keep the spirit high. Enjoy your fall. Enjoy your winter. Don't let this football team ruin your fall and winter. But I'm here to provide group therapy with y'all until this season finishes, man. We bleed this team. We love this team. We rep this team, and we go down with the ship. And that ship is the Titanic right now. And there's no life raft. And we're not looking like Rose at this time of year. But there ain't no tank required when you're just a bad football team. And right now, we are that, man. Hell to the Washington Commanders. Talk soon. Love all y'all. Appreciate all of y'all. I'll be on Woodward Sports in a couple hours, man.